What's up, guys? Welcome back to the doctor's office. I am Dr. K right now, here to give you proper diagnosis and prognosis and everything comics and comic book characters. Okay, so y'all know I love a good indie. More than that, we love a fucking black lead. Because it's still fuck DC Comics around here. Anyway, so this is coming out of Vault Comics. Anyway, so we are going to be talking about Excommunicated #1 coming out of Vault Comics. So this one is really interesting and definitely a thinker. So we start off with Sister Josephine. She is in the church. She's praying, and there is an exorcism that's going on with Father McDonough. Anyway, and he, while she's there, he calls her and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Chilling? Right, I need your help, actually. And she's like, I'm not authorized to go do an exorcism. And he was just like, you just don't understand. I really need you here. And I need somebody pure of heart here, and nobody's heart is as pure as yours, right? We all see this phone call happening, correct? Okay, so she's just as confused, and she's like, is that person's life in danger? And he's like, both of our lives are. We see that, right? We're all looking at the same thing. All right, so stick with me, right? Stay with me. So she's like, send me the address. Drop the Addy right now. And my girl takes off because he's called for her personally on his phone, called her phone, and it's just like, I need your help right now. So she gets to the house, and now mind you, the statue of Jesus is crying when she leaves. Okay? Stay with me. She gets to the house. She barely has time. It's pouring down rain. She barely has time to knock on the door before they open the door and are like, oh my God, they need you up there. It's getting crazy. Did you or did you not know that she was coming? Right? Okay. So we see that they opened the door before she even really has time to fully knock. And they're like, you got to get up there quick. It's getting crazy up there. So she goes upstairs. She prays outside the door. When she opens the door, that priest looks at her and is like, what the hell are you doing here? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What am I doing here? I called you. I did no such thing. This is no place for a woman. I'm sorry. What? Stay with me. So, the demon that he is exorcising is like, oh, you called a whore here? I thought you wanted me all to yourself. And then he starts talking about a little boy named Billy. And then he tells him, shut the fuck up type shit, and starts continuing on with the exorcism after he kind of pushes her out the way. But then this priest has a stroke or a heart attack or something, and he falls dead on the floor. Stay with me. The demon is just like, what the hell was that? That wasn't supposed to happen. What are you doing here? Who are you? Answer me. Then he calls her out her name. That was unnecessary. And she's like, he's dead. Confusion all around, because what the fuck? And the fact that the demon is confused should also say something about this situation, because he doesn't know what she's doing here. But he says, oh, you called in a whore. So, did he make the phone call or not? Okay, so the whole situation is fucking weird. Anywho, she decides to continue exorcising the demon, and he's like, no, you can't, because if you do, he is going to, and he kind of just stops because the exorcism is starting to work. And he's legitimately confused because she's not supposed to be doing this, she's not supposed to be here, he's not supposed to be dead, and all of this is supposed to not, this is not what he was told. So something is happening to have all of these people in the room at once. She completes the exorcism, But the person that she is exorcising, unfortunately, does die. So you have two bodies. One you didn't actually do. The other one is still kind of not on you, but because both of them died, you're here and you're tied to this now. Now, she does end up going back, and they're screaming and hollering at her and fussing and all that, talking about there was no evidence that he called you, and you shouldn't have been there. You weren't sanctioned. You weren't allowed. You're not supposed to do any of that. And now we have two bodies, and the police are investigating. So here's my thing about this situation. You're saying that there's no proof on her phone that that priest had called her. How would she have gotten the address? Obviously, she didn't just know it. She had to have gotten it. Who would have given it to her? I'm just sitting here like, this whole entire situation is crazy. And I would have been saying that too. This whole entire situation is crazy because I didn't know where he was until he told me. So he would have had to tell me, right? Oh, okay. So they decide that because this all happened and all of it's being like publicized, she has to be publicly punished. So they excommunicate her forever. Banished. Bye. So Father Santos is just like, I really tried to get you leniency. And he pauses on the part where he says that she's an honest person. I didn't like that. And because he's like, you're an honest person. Like he wanted to say something else. I didn't like that. But he did get money from people to give to her because they wanted to help her because he knew that she was about to get excommunicated. Okay, you're part of that conversation. So firsthand knowledge, you knew they were going to excommunicate her, so you decided to, get some money. She doesn't have a place to go, so you got an Airbnb from a friend. Okay, you are the only person who knows about the Airbnb and the friend. Let's just make that clear. He's the one who set up the Airbnb with the friend. Okay. She goes to the Airbnb after she's just like, you know what? Cool. She goes to the Airbnb and she is rightfully upset, and there's some fucking flowers on the counter talking about, I hope the accommodations soften the blow. I'd kill you because you already know I'm mad. She breaks the vase. Stay with me. And she goes to take a shower. She is upset about the whole situation, and at this point in time, she's kind of just running it through her brain. Somebody breaks into this house that only Father Santos knows about. And they step on the glass. She hears the noise when she comes out of the shower. And the first name she says is Father Santos, right? So she's thinking that he came to the house because he knows where the house is, because he set up the house, he bought the flowers. Hello? All right, cool. She gets hit over the head with a bat or something. And she, and it literally is like, oh, I want you to fucking look at me, right? Open your fucking eyes. I want you to look at me. The person is very angry, and she's just like, why? And he's like, oh, he's not the one talking to you. That's me. And it's the demon from earlier. Didn't I just exorcise your ass? What are you doing here? So the demon is very clearly angry and wants to take it out on her. How he got said location is a question mark for the next issue. But here is my thing. All of these things happened in sequence. We saw them happen with our own eyes. But apparently they didn't actually happen. So she got an address from a phone call that she didn't receive. He didn't make the phone call. The demon is confused as to why she's there, why he died, and why she's even able to complete the exorcism. And the family let her in before she even actually fucking knocked. So you knew she was coming. You see how it's not adding up for me? I feel like Father Santos is the bad guy here. I feel that way. But you know what? This is how you write a good story, right? Because everybody, the reader, is incredibly confused, just as confused as the characters here. right? Because you have the demon even being confused, because he's like, that wasn't supposed to happen. Those were not the words that were told to me when I came here. This is not part of the script. So what is going on? So he was supposed to be following something. Somebody down there said, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is who it's going to be. And all you got to do is this, this, this. Like he had like a checklist type shit. Like he's talking shit like, you know, he was like he had been practicing. She is a wild card because she got a phone call that apparently never happened. And the priest who made said phone call apparently didn't make it. So we have an entire scene that never happened because the demon is in the background growling like a fucking dog after or as he's making this phone call. Feel me? Like, is that not the craziest shit ever? And she's just, I was doing what I was asked, but there's no proof that she was asked. Craziest shit ever. And honestly and truly, it really reminds me of watching Pope's Exorcist, because shit was happening that wasn't happening. Feel me? Like when the little boy is in the room, he's sleeping, and the sister is in her part of the room, and there's a bathroom between them, and it's doing like their sibling knock, right? But he's asleep, so he's not the one doing it. But she's doing, like, they're making that communication, and they haven't done it out loud anywhere for anyone else to hear it. So how do you know that? I love this. First of all, the artwork is absolutely fantastic. Having a Black woman as the lead, absolutely fantastic yet again. And again, I really do think Father Santos is at the heart of this. I think that he's possibly a demon. I don't know. What I do know is that I can't wait to read what comes next, because this was very interesting. And it's a thing that I really like with indie comics, especially when they're not tied to anything. It's just, here is the story, right? So you don't have to look up anything to like know who the characters are. You don't have to go back and read 1,700 issues because they're all interconnected to something, and then something else, and then something else. Feel me? So I really like how indie comics work. Vault Comics does a really, really good job with storytelling. Also Ignition Comics is fucking really good with storytelling. Mad Cave, Image does pretty well also. Dark Horse, Dynamite too. Feel me? So I love when, like, everybody loves a good crossover, right? Crossovers are always fun, but crossovers still go back into that one original story. So like, you can just read like what got them crossed over. You don't have to read 1,000 issues if you don't want to, because at some point they're going to maybe even do a flashback scene, kind of like they do in anime, right? So I really like how this is set up, because we have a horror, but we have a mystery going on too. And I feel like she's going to end up teaming up with the demon, because the demon is confused. Because the demon's just like, you weren't supposed to fucking be here. He's not supposed to die. This wasn't supposed to happen. So what the fuck happened that this became the thing? Like, what is going on? Who are you? Right? He's literally, who are you? You only got like one good time to call me a bitch. And that's if I'm being one. And then, so like, he called her a bitch twice and then called her a whore. So like, you had too many strikes with me calling me out my name. You sound crazy, but well, relax. But I feel like they're going to team up because they're both confused by this situation. I feel like that's what that's going to be. If that is, I'm fucking excited, actually. That would be super fucking cool. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys read this, amazing, right? Again, the artwork, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. But that is it for this episode of The Doctor's Office. If you have not gotten Midnight Whispers, Salt Blood, or Blood Tide, please do. If you have not gone to Echelon Graphic Novels, check out any of the books, including Reaper from Captain Diesel's Dojo. Please do. And I do have a comic book coming out soon. Also, a couple comic books, not gonna lie. And then, of course, Tide Wound, which is my third book in the Tidebound Legacy series, comes out for Halloween. So be prepared. Right. Anyway, and again, that is it. And I will see you guys at your next checkup.